Hey guys, welcome to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. If you want to lose weight, increase your energy, improve your health and fitness, and look your best, then you have come to the right place. My name is Tyson Brown. I'm a personal trainer, and my job is to help you transform your body by sharing with you the most up-to-date information on health and fitness. I'm going to distill it all down for you into bite-sized actionable steps that you can take immediately to see results quickly. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, you can expect a brand new episode, which will be a mixture of interviews with top experts from around the world in the fitness space, and as well as solo episodes from myself, sharing with you exactly what action steps you need to take to transform your health, your body, and your life. So, let's get into the show. Hey, what's up? Tyson TV, back with episode 3 of Intermittent Fasting, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the benefits of intermittent fasting, because you've probably heard of it, you've probably heard some benefits, you probably don't know all the benefits, and I'm going to explain to you why I find it such a powerful tool in my regime and why you can use it too. So let's just keep it really simple. I don't want to overwhelm you with anything that, it gets too crazy into the science or anything like that, because I like to keep it as simple as possible for myself to be able to understand, and I want you to be able to understand it too. Now, the biggest benefit most people experience with it is fat loss, of course. Now, the reason people can get fat loss with intermittent fasting, not because it's some magic bullet, not because you're burning fat all the time, it's simply because you are now restricted with your calories in a time frame. Think about it like this. If you can only eat 2,000 calories a day, and you can eat that in a 12-hour window, in a 10-hour window, in an 8-hour window, in a 4-hour window, what do you think is going to be the most likely successful for you? The shorter amount of time, the less of a chance you're going to go over that 2,000 calories, right? So when you are following intermittent fasting, when you can only eat that amount of food in 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever you choose, depending on your first video that you watched where you decided which one's going to be best for you, you've only got a certain amount of calories you can consume during the day, and it's really easy to stay under that because you've got such a restricted time window. So when you are actually able to eat, you're having bigger sized meals, you're feeling full, and that way you're not hungry between, you're not like, oh my god, I need a snack, I need to nibble, because you've just had a big meal to get a fair amount of calories in there, especially when you're having lots of veggies and lean protein and things like that. And to be honest, it's pretty easy to stay under those calories. So the first big reason that is so much of a benefit is because it's going to help you with your fat loss, simply because you're shrinking the time period when you can eat. It's really that simple. Now, apart from that, a lot of people have probably heard, you might have heard about it, it's called autophagy. Now, what autophagy is, autophagy means self-eating. So what that actually happens is bad cells in your body are actually getting rid of, right? So all those bad cells that are building up could be cancerous cells. There have been some studies, not proving everything, but you can get rid of all these bad cells. Fat cells, bad muscle cells, all these things actually get recycled and eaten with autophagy, and that happens when you're doing fasting. Now, the longer periods of fasting is when this is going to take the most effect, and this is only going to happen if you aren't having your BCAAs, if you aren't having any milk in your coffee, if you're strictly staying to green tea, to black coffee, and not having any calories at all. Because once you even have just a little bit of calories, your body then has to start metabolizing that, and it will stop all autophagy, okay? So if you want the full benefits of autophagy, because you really want to dive into it, then you need to make sure that you are not having any calories during your fasting period. But apart from that, if you're just happy with the fat loss benefits, then you can have, a little bit of milk in your coffee, some sweeteners, all those type of things. Your BCAAs, your essential amino acids, bloody plants. Your essential amino acids, all those type of things that you have while you're doing your fasting. It'll still help with the fat loss. You're just not going to get that autophagy. Now, another thing that you're going to realize that you have a better relationship with food, because you're not trying to manage yourself. You're not trying to think about, I can only have this much of this, or I have to weigh and measure this and do things like that. You're going to realize you have a better relationship with food because you're able to eat bigger portions of good meals, lean proteins, vegetables, things like that. you're actually going to start enjoying those foods, because when you go for a certain amount of time without them, your taste actually starts to change, your palate changes. So when you're eating that food again, you're going to be like, wow, these vegetables actually taste really good. And it's simply because you've gone for a certain period of time without food, and the body is now enhanced its sense of taste and smell and everything else. And that's why it becomes so beneficial with you having a better relationship with food too. And you're not going to be stuck with just eating chicken and brown rice, unseasoned, and asparagus and things like that. You're actually able to change it up a little bit, add some of those foods you enjoy, and still be able to lose fat, because simply, like I said, as long as you're still on a calorie deficit, which we're going to talk about in another video, you're going to be fine. So building a better relationship with your food is huge, because so many people stress about all the little minutiae things. And when you have that little bit of a smaller window to be able to eat, you're going to have a better relationship with food. You're going to feel good about the food you put in your body, and you're not going to feel as guilty when you can eat those bad foods that are going to be okay because they're in your calorie limit. But we'll save that for another video, just so you know exactly how many calories you need to eat. I'm just going to quick check what else I'm going to cover. Now, another big reason that you will lose weight on this is because you don't snack at night time. When you're watching Netflix, when you're doing bored, when you're scrolling on Instagram, what happens? You get hungry, and it's not actual hunger, it's just because you're bored. And so it's actually called cravings, not hunger, right? So what happens is when that happens to you, what do you go and do? You go and eat some snacks, you go and eat some chips, you go and look for something in the fridge, and you end up consuming more calories, or maybe you drink some beer or some wine. So when you stop eating and drinking at night, you're actually, again, cutting down your calories, and that is another really good way to be able to manage yourself. Just think about all those things you eat at night time. When you cut that off, if you say, I'm not eating after 6 p.m. or I don't eat after 8 p.m., think about all those extra calories that you are now cutting out because you're not eating those foods that you would usually snack on. Popcorn, chips, wine, all those other things, they are cut out, and it's a very, very simple way for you to be able to manage your calorie control without even having to think about it. So it's really good that you don't have those nighttime eating and nighttime binges, because you simply say to yourself, I'm done. I don't eat after this time. And that's really, really helped me, because in the past, I used to be able to, it'd be like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I'd be watching something, or I'd be playing the Xbox, and be like, I've got to get something, I need to snack on something. And it wasn't because I was actually hungry, it was just because I was bored, and my mind just wanted to, keep occupied. So what do? I would go and look for something. But now, since I had that cutoff rule, I no longer have that. I've cut out so many calories being able to do that. So that's a really, really good one. Another thing is you're going to increase your productivity. Because you're not eating, what happens is the body doesn't have to work on digesting food, okay? So instead of the blood flow going to your stomach, the blood flow is going to go to the brain. You know what that means? You're going to be more productive. You're going to be thinking quicker. You're going to be mentally sharper. You're going to realize how much better you feel when you don't have to be sluggy and digesting food, especially if it's a heavy breakfast or if it's a heavy lunch. You get that sleepy, tired feeling. That ain't going to happen when you aren't eating, because all you're running off is black coffee, tea, and things like that, and your body doesn't have to work on digesting food. So if you want to get things done or you want to be more productive, then go for that. Honestly, I'm never more productive than when I do my 24-hour fast once every fortnight, because I don't have to worry about food, I don't have to think about anything else, I don't have to cook, I don't have to prepare. All I do is I sit down at my desk, I do videos like this for you guys, I record, I edit, I do all the admin stuff for my clients. I can get so much done simply because I'm not thinking about food, I'm not digesting food, I'm not cooking, and all I'm doing is I have no distractions. So you're going to realize that no distractions are a really, really good tool to be able to, feel better, mentally sharper, more clarity, no sluggishness. It's going to be great. Now, there's some of the big benefits you're going to get out of intermittent fasting. There are a lot more, but I think that's going to be, pretty good for you to start off with. So it's the fat loss, it's the autophagy, it's the better relationship with food, it's stopping you eating at night time, it's helping you be more productive, and I think they're the big things that you're going to want. Now, there are other things like increasing insulin sensitivity and stuff like that, which I can deep dive into the science, but at the end of the day, your goal is to lose stubborn fat, right? And I've just shared with you all the reasons why it's beneficial for that. So, if you have any other questions, make sure to comment down below. Now, in the next video, I'm going to be talking to you about the mistakes that you need to avoid when doing intermittent fasting. Alright, speak to you then. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. Now, I've got a special gift for you. If you want to learn how I managed to lose 10 kilos and keep it off, then I've got the perfect treat for you. I've got a free intermittent fasting cheat sheet that I share on my website that shows you exactly how to diet effortlessly with intermittent fasting and fit it into your busy lifestyle. And more importantly, this is the exact guide that I follow every single day that allowed me to lose 10 kilos of body fat and keep it off 4 years later. So head on over to www.tysonbrown.com.au and pick up your free cheat sheet today and learn how to fit intermittent fasting into your life and diet effortlessly. Once again, that's www.tysonbrown.com.au. Opt in for the free cheat sheet and I'm going to send it straight to your inbox for free. Until next time, speak to you guys then.